Hello, and here I am ready to begin Goetia, or rather, as the game is saying, to start. So let's do it. Okay, sound has a particular importance in Goetia, especially in certain puzzles. For an optimal experience, sit in a quiet, dark place and put on headphones. Okay, well, that seems appropriate enough. Though I hope there's not too many puzzles around sound. I may have some difficulty with that. Is this a gravestone? Okay, we have an orb of light. I can't see myself. There's no one here. Am I... No, this isn't right. Good, it seems I can still move in a way. And I can also see things. But I don't feel anything. Stay calm. Something's wrong. Think, Abigail. I know this tree. I'm outside the manor. I just need to think. No, this is wrong. I need to find help. Help! Father? Mother? Annie? Okay. So, journal. Abigail writes down all her thoughts in her journal. Each time this notebook icon appears, you can see her latest ideas regarding recent events. Perhaps they'll reveal some hints about her next goal. Aha, okay. I think I missed what icon, so I can move... Ah, okay. Oh, that's interesting. We sort of phase into the ground. So, Abigail was the name. She, it would seem, is dead because there's a grave here. Can I look at that? Aha. Abigail Blackwood, 1890 to 1902. So she was 12. Only 12 years old. Well, at least that makes things clear now. Yeah, poor Abigail died at 12 years old. Oh, what is there? I like this tree, but in my memories it was a bit more impressive, even in winter. Okay. Anything else? Can I look at this bird here? It's black. It's a crow, isn't it? Which I guess is appropriate. They're kind of associated with death, I believe. Oh, I can look at that. Oh, okay, it's the same. So, the journal, I think it said the up direction. Up on the D-pad? No, down on the D-pad. Okay. The Awakening. I'm Abigail Blackwood, daughter of Abraham and Helena Blackwood, and Annie's sister. Oh, that's who she was calling out to. I wonder if it's an older or younger sister. To be honest, that's all I remember after the fall and my final scream. I don't really understand what I am or what's happening. I need to find help. I need to find my family. Okay, and that's it. No more zones. And so the game was kind of implying that if I'm getting stuck on anything, I can look to her journal for hints. I think there is a hint. Ah, yeah. There we go. So that's showing me things I can look at. I feel like... Oh, is that just showing... Oh, I can go to the left. That's showing the controls. Oh, I remember the path to the village, but I'd rather stay here for now. I don't think I'm very presentable at the moment. Okay, so rightwards it is, as is usually the case in games. So she fell. She said she fell. Was she pushed? Is there foul play involved here? Or was it just simply an accident? That's strange. There's a hexagonal shape carved out of the pedestal, as if something had been taken out. I don't think I saw that before. Oh yeah, she also mentioned the tree seems kind of older than what she remembered. Yeah, so did she just fall? I suppose back then, late 1800s, if you fell and you got injured. Oh, by holding the minus button, you can highlight every notable element in the scene. A magnifying glass will appear on every interruptible object. Yeah, okay. I guess I'll try and avoid using that because I feel like that makes it too easy, just if I feel like I'm really missing something. And we have a gate. What's she going to say? The gate is closed and covered in rust. Yeah, she's definitely confused about how can I open it, unless maybe I could go through it. I think you can as a ghost, or not really a ghost, she's just a spirit. Well, not even a spirit, she's just, I guess, her soul. Blackwood Manor, just like in my memories. I was born and died here. Died here? I remember this window. That's where I fell. It was cold. Oh, is that does she mean up in the balcony there? Does she mean? Oh, okay, so if I hold the left trigger, I can go faster. That's pretty good. Does she mean she fell from here? Anyway, Abigail's progress is displayed in real time on the map. The map will show you which rooms you've entered and those that are still out of reach. Be sure to check it regularly. You can also teleport to some rooms directly. Oh, it went away. I think I got it all. I got the gist. So where's the map? Okay, left button. And I am here. Okay. And that is it. Is there anything? Bumpers don't do anything. Just back out of that. So that's left. Right. The D-pad does nothing yet. That is the journal. Anything else I can look at here? No leaves on that tree. We're still in winter, but I don't feel cold. Ah, of course. Anything to look at here? Looks like light. A light. Maybe there's someone there who can help me. Yeah, maybe there is. Okay. I suppose in I go. I think she said this balcony is where she fell. I don't know, falling off a balcony I feel hints at foul play. How do I get in? Going through the gate was easy, but such an obstacle. Like a door. I think we're going for it, yeah, and she is moving through. Impossible. It's terrifying, but rather handy. Blackwood Manor. Ah, so that's what it's called. I was wondering what the name would be. Blackwood Manor, where Abigail born and died. So I can't go down. There's just the ground there, I suppose. Don't know if there's going to be a basement here. The candles are lit. There must be someone around. Father usually works late at night. Yeah, so the wallpaper wasn't torn before. Mrs. Ward would never have allowed that. Am I really at the manor? Yeah, so there's some hints. There's quite a few hints actually by now that the manor is not quite as Abigail remembers it. So she has probably been dead for some time. It's actually a good question, isn't it? If there is an afterlife and you become a spirit like she is here, some sort of orb of energy, I guess, then how long for that process to happen? Could be years, maybe decades. Can't assume it would happen straight away. Okay, that's weird. The mouth was either never painted or worn away. Ah, nothing. Nothing to say? Okay. Why did it let me interact with it? Maybe it's going to change. So I wonder if this is the father. What did she say her father was called? I think she said Helena and Abraham, and Annie is the sister. Maybe this is Helena? And I don't know who this is. And that's some boats and something over there. And 2 clocks. What? Oh God, I can't remember what you call this. A standing clock. No, it's not called that. What do you call a big clock like this? It will come to me at some point. But there's a clock next to it on the wall, which is not showing the same time. Is that maybe to show a different time zone? Was Abraham a traveller, an adventurer, or a businessman of some sort? Could that be related? Got a hat and a cane, it looks like there. Alice in Wonderland. What's this doing in Mother's library? There's a note hidden between the pages. The handwriting's rather clumsy. It doesn't look much different from mine. It must have been written by a child. Oh, got a note. Edward, Alexander and I sneaked into Father's laboratory and we found something interesting. There's this weird powder. I will show you how it reveals hidden writings. Know this, you just have to pour the powder on the paper to reveal the ink. Alexander told me to keep some of it. Now we can start writing coded messages. I don't know, that writing looks pretty good to me. It doesn't look particularly like the writing of a child. I would say it's very nice calligraphy. There we go. So, it was the White Rabbit. Making me think of that song now. What was it? Jefferson Airplane. White Rabbit. Trotting slowly back and looking anxiously as it went, as if it had lost something, and she heard muttering to herself, "The Duchess, the Duchess." Yeah, so that is Alice in Wonderland, isn't it? Okay, so each note, journal, book and poster you read is stored in the codex. No need to retrace your steps, everything's there. Now that is helpful. Okay, and does it do it according to zones? Is that the highlight is not so clearly visible to me, but yeah, there we go. Okay, so wait a second, so that's up. So these could be hinting at the areas. We've got the manor, looks like a tower, the town, a graveyard, kind of looks like an underground cavern of a graveyard, and a maze maybe. That'd be exciting if there's a maze. I do like a good maze. Okay. Now this is definitely going to come into play, I'm sure. But for now, nothing much to look at. Books on botany and chemistry. Nothing I need right now. Oh, something's drawn some symbols here. Does this have anything to do with demonology? Father's studies? Oh, her father was doing that, was he? I can't work out which demons these symbols represent. I really need help. But, these walls clearly don't want anything to go through them. Is there a way to get through them? Or to get through? Oh, so this is the game restricting me. Because of course if you have a character... Oh, they're blue over there. These walls clearly... Okay, same thing. So we've got blue. So someone has ghost-proofed. I suppose like child-proofing. You can ghost-proof your house so that the ghosts can't just move through things as they please. guess that would make sense if your work was in demonology. Okay, keys. I forgot. One of Father's most disconcerting hobbies, collecting keys for which there is no keyhole. Ooh. Okay. Aha! I forgot. Why would anyone hide the Virgin Mary behind a lock and key? So, can I do something? Oh! What is that? Y is... leave object. Ah, Abigail just possessed an object. She is now able to move it, use it, or combine it with another. On the other hand, as an object, Abigail gains a foothold in the world of the living and has to accept its rules. No object can cross a wall. B button to leave the object. So if I leave it, it just drops. So Y is possess. So should I put this somewhere? Can I just drop it here? Will it break? Makes quite a thump. Is there anything... what's that, a watering can? Anything to look at here? I don't think so. Maybe... oh! The walls clearly don't want anything to go through them. So, but the door is open. Oh, so they've even sealed the doorway. But, oh! That was loud. I've never really liked newspapers. Wait, 2nd of February 1941? No, that can't. It's been 40. No, 39 years. That's impossible. This is a nightmare. I don't know. I feel like it'd be kind of cool to be suddenly blasted into the future. Oh, it's just that the same thing. Anything else to view here? Oh, there's a few things to view here. So I've got the plant. Oh, and a cupboard. That is quite helpful, actually, the hint system. I've never seen this dresser open. I think Father was hiding important documents inside. Can I open it? I can't open it. Okay. She answered my question. The plant. I don't like Mother's plants. She always liked flowers better. Someone's been looking after them, though. Well, yeah. I think they're probably new plants, really, if it's 40 years later. Different plants, different books. Something's going on here, yeah. We figured it out, Abigail. 40 years have passed. Wait, what is that on there? There's a thing. I really want to know what this switch is for. Let's push it. Ah, something important has been hidden in this cupboard. Something important indeed. What is it? Some accounting, invoices, deeds of property. And what's this? What is it? Abraham Edward Christopher Blackwood. Okay. Was that age 76? Oh, lung cancer. Oh, cause of death. Ah. 24th of October. Oh, so the father has just died, right? No, it's 1941, and that was 1939. He lived to a decent enough age, though. Ah. I mean, a death certificate with Father's name on it? It's impossible. I can't believe it. He was 76. But how? What happened to me? What about Mother and Annie? 1939? My last memories date back to 1902. This must be a bad dream. So much of this doesn't make any sense. I need to understand what's going on. Father's office. He must have taken notes. Maybe his research can help me. Okay. So, am I doing anything with this, though? Is there anywhere I can put it? I don't. Though, shall I possess it and just try? Oh, it's coming, it's coming. Maybe on a shelf. Can I go through here? Oh, I can. What about... I don't really know. What am I supposed to do with this? Oh wait, can I... Oh, I suppose it's not going through the wall, is it? Because that's just the landing, the banister. Maybe if I put it here on the plate, is that going to do anything? No, I don't think so. Was there anything to look at here? Okay, there's a cupboard. And there's something here. What is that? Ivy inside the manor? This is starting to look like a bad dream. Why is she so bothered by the ivy? These stairs aren't quite as impressive as I remember. They're covered in dust. Everything's sort of dusty and neglected, but the lights are on and there's candles. So someone... Even this vase wasn't quite as dull looking before. Is my mind playing tricks on me? No, it is not. We've established that 40 years have passed. Oh, so the cupboard, that's what I wanted to look at. Aha! What is it? This could have been... Who could have drawn this map? These names remind me of Father's studies, but he would have never taken his documents out of his office. Can I take it? Oh, look at that. Nice. So we've got the whole Paimon. Oh, is that Brune? Foras, Malphas. Oh, this is marking the barriers, I think. Edwich Forest, the Silver Labyrinth. And something is marked here, and Fields of Stone. And there's an observatory. Of course there is. Why would you not have an observatory in your big manor house? Anything here? I have a skull. Nothing says home like a big skull on the wall. My grandparents used to hunt deer in the woods on the manor grounds. Good evening, Jack, Rufus, Ted, and Molly. Okay. Anything else to look at? I said I wasn't going to use the hint, but I'm using it quite a lot. Never mind. Damaged tableware. The manor seems abandoned. I don't understand. Shall I take the Virgin Mary with me? Come on, Mary. Let's go on a little trip through the manor. Can I continue? Oh. Aha! That's good. We can open doors, apparently. Oh, the ivy is growing through there as well. Shall I just plonk this on the chair? Oh, it's fallen over. Hopefully not broken. Everything is so dilapidated. Yeah, it is. Got a guy in it's like one of those funny sort of sleeping hats they used to wear. Chamber pots. A small part of grandfather's mineral collection. Okay. What is that? That's like one of those pans for heating up soup or something, isn't it, over the fire? So that's a pretty weird painting. It's like a floating... It's like a city in the clouds, isn't it? That's pretty creepy. Or is it just a hill, but it's covered in fog at the bottom? Not sure. A view of the manor in the fog. Ah, something about this painting troubles me, but I can't tell what. Oh, okay, so you're just seeing the top of it. Very Silent Hill. We have another book. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. Ah, we've got all the classics. Something's written in the margin. Property of Alexander Hodgkin. That name's new to me. Ah, that's who wrote the other note before, wasn't it? Okay. Aha. Ooh, we've got spooky shadows of trees through the window and a big pile of books. What does right? Oh, that's it. Right bumper kind of snaps you to a nearby object. That's pretty useful. These books seem important and they're well worn. Okay. Shall I read this? Is this going to be important? Have you ever heard the story of Icarus, who flew too close to the sun? Let me tell you our version of that ancient story. Why not? I'll read it and see if it's important. A man who thought himself a great alchemist and master of the elements of nature found an old forgotten grimoire that would teach him to summon demons and command them to carry out whatever he wanted. Now, this man gained his power by following the lead of those before him. That is to say, he had used the results from experiments performed by other masters to appear wise to those around him. However, while he was good at applying that which he had learned from others, his ability to think on his feet and to reason was lacking. This man loved a woman who he had never spoken to. Okay. He watched her from afar, admiring her beauty and dreaming of what it would be like if she was his wife. He spent so much time in the world of fantasy where she was his that his obsession had started to take a toll on him. He couldn't sleep, eat, and became isolated from his friends. Yeah, not a good idea to fall in love with someone you've no idea what their personality is, but there we go. The directions in the book were clearly laid out, and because of his adeptness at following instructions in his alchemical manuals, he thought he would master demons as quickly as he mastered alchemy. Out of desperation for this woman, he summoned a demon named Beleth, who it was said could create love between a man and a woman. Oh, where's this going? Sensing his desperation, the demon came to his summons, and the man was sure that it was his skill that brought Beleth to him so quickly. He commanded the demon to bring his love to him with haste and without harm befalling her. The demon laughed, and saying it was an easy task, as the woman felt the same way as the man, but he would require but a single action from the man to ensure success. Ecstatic, the man agreed to do whatever Beleth needed to accomplish the task. The demon dictated a love letter to him, telling him to send it to his love on a specific date, using the exact words he gave him. After the man dismissed the demon, he immediately wrote the letter that Beleth had dictated to him, word for word, and set it aside, waiting for the appointed day to mail his note. Okay. When the day came to mail the letter, his love went to a spiritualist to speak to her beloved mother, who had passed when she was young. When the medium called the spirits of her mother, Beleth came in disguise and told her of the letter that she would receive. He told her that the man who wrote it was a necromancer and meant to do her family harm, knowing exactly what the man had written. Beleth easily scared off the man's love, destroying his reputation in the process. Just like Icarus, his overconfidence had destroyed him. However, we can learn one more lesson. Without the ability to reason, to create and innovate, a master is not a master. Never take what you read or see at face value, and that includes anything and everything that I write to you. Okay. Interesting. So who wrote this? That is not clear, is it? Did it say? These books seem important and they're well worn. Okay. More books here. Books about magic, not a science I'm familiar with. What about on here? Oh, there's another one. I don't recognise Father's handwriting on this notebook. That's because probably it's not the father. Oh, that's a bit tricky to read. Let's see. Writing a journal had never interested me up until now, but these past few days I've felt the need for it. All of these things are crowding my mind and I can barely sleep. I found Father's precious notes today. I discovered what took up all his time, an incredible collection of documents, vague references and crazy writings about demons and seals, names I know nothing about, enigmatic symbols, drawings, a huge number of documents he used to share with my sweet Abigail an eternity ago. Ah, that's us. My first instinct was to close this box and put it back where I found it, but curiosity is consuming me. 24th of the 3rd, okay, it's a bit later. I'm voraciously reading Father's documents, and I'm starting to make sense out of them. Maybe he wasn't as mad as his isolation let on. What I took for a time-consuming hobby was actually an in-depth study of an ancient cult named Goetia. The idea of it still seems crazy, and maybe it is. Goetia was used to call forth demons to ask questions or favours of them. A very human tradition, but these summonings seem to have been possible. Father seemed interested in 5 of these demons: Malphas, Brune, I think that's saying Brune, Paimon, Pharas, and Nerbius. Okay, that's what was on the map. These notes are very detailed about rituals, formulas, personalities of each entity, strengths and weaknesses. I have difficulties believing they really exist. However, Father's studies are so thorough and precise, I'm beginning to have doubts. Oh, doubts that they don't. So she or he, they are thinking they do exist, these demons. Okay, this is a couple of months later. Curiosity is guiding me towards knowledge. I tried some of the rituals this past week, and I'm happy I can isolate myself, as I feel somewhat ridiculous, saying out loud the summoning words taken from a strange language. I've had no success yet. This quest is consuming me. I spent entire days writing down the questions I want to ask the demons, as well as behaviours and words I should avoid in their presence. I chose Malphas. He seems to be the less deranged of... Is there more? Ah, there is. There's a lot more. There's quite a lot more. Okay, let's get reading. So I'm wondering if... Writing journal... So is this after the father died? Is this... What did she say? Annie? Maybe this is Annie writing this. Maybe Annie has done some sort of ritual that has brought Abigail, I guess, to life in the spirit form she is now. Something like that. The most deranged... I think that's what it said. Yeah, the less deranged of the demons among those I read about, and I hope he is not so dangerous, but he doesn't seem to hear me. I'm growing desperate. What is coming? I can feel it. The people of Oakmarsh are different, nervous. The enemy is far from our front door, however, and I can't stop but feeling they are reacting strangely to my own presence. I couldn't explain this feeling. I feel feverish, confused. I can't sleep. I can't believe it. Malphas answered. Oh. I first perceived an undescribable... Is that what it says? Yeah, describable noise, as is a huge hammer as if a huge hammer was hitting the walls around me. Then a wind filled the room, coming from wider, what does that say? Something. Is that wider? Or under the doors. I swear I heard the rustle of feathers, as if thousands of birds were flying around the room. When he started speaking to me, I froze, too stunned to utter a single word. Missed a no there, didn't I? This demon, is particularly charismatic. My first thought went to my beloved sister Abigail. Would have been so impressed, astonished, moved. I asked the questions I craved answers for. Was Abigail with him? Could he find her? He laughed. Malthus has a very charming laugh, very soft. He told me he couldn't bring her back, but that she was well. Okay. I should feel calm, but my thirst for answers isn't calmed. Malthus and I are growing to know each other. It feels so strange to write it thus. So this is a bit later in July, isn't it? And even more strange to live it. This demon is particularly caring, and I sometimes forget he is an entity by far superior to us poor humans. It seems I am for him a welcome distraction. He has had little occasions to talk with the living these past 5 millennia. I sometimes think of my dear Joseph and feel a guilty relief that I should no longer be of this world. If father was still alive, okay, yeah, so it's after the father's death. My research and my success would have surely filled him with pride. And Abigail, who often mocked my terror when faced with father's experiments, can she only see me today? Wow. But she can read your diary, as she's doing. Would you be proud of your older sister? So it is Annie. I keep my research far from my children's reach. They are too young to understand what is at stake. But maybe I can start talking about it with Gabriel. I'm looking forward to sharing my knowledge of the rituals tied to Goetia. But maybe they suspect something. Alexandra seems wary lately. They are here. They started bombing London yesterday. So is this set on the outskirts of London? Mrs. Matthews and her husband left Oakmarsh a few days ago, leaving everything behind. What if it's an actual real place, Oakmarsh? I'm worried. What will my children grow up in? Oh, what world will my children grow up in? Can I even imagine what tomorrow would look like? When I asked Malthus, he had this amused look he often has, the one that annoys me so much. Arrogant heap of feathers. He doesn't care, of course. Hell is a far more peaceful place than Earth, he said. Okay, interesting. It's now into October, aren't we? Yeah. I exchanged a few words today with Elias, the vicar. I couldn't stand not sharing my research, but his reaction surprised me. He told me he'd been eagerly waiting this day. Who other than me could know so much about this subject? The vicar offered me his help. How could a man of God conduct such research trying to call forth demons? I think I'll accept his offer. I only browse through some of Father's work, and demonic invocation is only a small part of the Goetia, and I can't count on Malthus, who refuses to answer my questions on the subject. So where is Malthus? Is he just hanging out in the house somewhere? Has he moved in? She's just got a demon living with her now. But that malicious bird can laugh as much as he wants. I'll get my answers. Oh, it's a bird. The demon is it? So she's got a giant bird, maybe? I don't know. Is it? Because it's like, or maybe it's just the normal size. I don't know. Oakmarsh is now empty. I have a ghost town at my door. Ooh. Goetia isn't a discreet art, and I suppose the last rituals convinced the bravest of them to leave their home. Or the war, I guess. Let them go. I don't need their idiotic prejudices. Wow. So, Malthus is a demon. Because I'm just sort of... I was imagining a demon, and then she said a bird. So I'm imagining like a human-sized bird. But maybe it's just a small bird. Don't know. When will our enemies be at our doors? At least I will have something to welcome them with. Yeah, I suppose it could be useful if the Nazis came a-knocking to have a demon on your side. Gabriel, my sweet Gabriel, I was sure you'd understand. I love you so much. Who's Gabriel, her husband? Robert, Edward, I hope you'll understand the importance of this quest. There's no hope left. I won't be here when these disgusting invaders arrive, but let them try and get close to my children. They will regret it. Come and colonize Oakmarsh. See what I care. None of these short-sighted villagers supported me when I needed it. They don't deserve to be remembered. But if they come inside Blackwood Manor, I will rain down hell on them. Oh, thank you, Anton Elias, Pastor, from the bottom of my heart. Thank you so much. Everything will soon be ready. I won't be here to see the world crumble. You don't look as arrogant and mocking as before, Malthus. Don't worry. I'm not heartless. You won't be alone. A few friends will join you. The spell is sealed. Abigail, please wait for me. Hear me. Heed my call. Aha. So that is a lot to think about. So basically, the sister could have been older or younger, but once, 40 years later, let's say once she was maybe 50, the father died, and now she continued his work. Oh, what's this? There's a massive book on the shelf. It must be important. Okay. It might be somewhat altered, but even so, there's no way I can read the book without finding a way to get it off the showcase. I can possess it. The showcase is locked. I can't get this book off the shelf. What is that? Father may not have been fond of horses. This statuette is gorgeous, but I don't remember it either. Does the light flicker as I pass it? No, it just flickers on its own. Oh, there's a note. Aha. Mother, since you will not listen to reason, I must stop you myself. I apologize for stealing your notes, but I see no other way. Gabriel may be the oldest, but he has no idea of what you are up to. I will be back for young Edward and Robert. I forbid you from trying anything with them, or you will dearly regret it. This has gone on long enough. Farewell. So is this Alexander? Alexander a little bit older, maybe? So yeah, she got really into the demon worshipping, I guess, or demon summoning, and seemed to have Malthus summoned and hanging around for quite a while and scared off the villagers, and was looking at a way to get Abigail back to life, or the father. Not quite sure. I used to hide in this wardrobe. Annie never found me in here. I think she was the youngest, wasn't she? I get that feeling. Okay. But, yeah. So a lot to think about. I'm hoping it'll all start to make sense, but I'm guessing, is there anything I've missed here? So I read that. This? This one looks different. The building and renovation of churches. I think I remember hearing about a chapel in the woods near the manor. Yeah, I think we'll probably be going there. Anything else? No, that's it. Oh, the drawer. Pencils, notebooks, and newspapers. Okay. So where was the map? There it was. Yes, a Malthus in the dining room. Ah, okay. Is that where he was living when he took up residence in the manor? Can I go find him? There's nothing much here. Oh, I can look at that. What is it? The pen is mightier than the sword, and treasures do hide in the written word. I should try to remember this. Another hint, I'm guessing. So this. Oh, oh, feathers. Feathers? Something's happening. Ah, whoa. Good evening, young lady. Who are you? Oh, come now. You wound me. We are already acquainted. Of course, it was some time ago, and you may not have seen that I was there. I'm one of the kind your father did so love to talk about, even if he elected not to teach you much about me in particular. My current form, shall we say, should be something of a hint. Malthus, and definitely a very big bird, not even human-sized, giant-sized, more like a griffin-sized, I guess. You're one of the demons that father was studying, a raven. You must be Malthus. Ah, can you have a white raven? But demons don't exist. It was just an unpleasant hobby of his. I suppose you must be right. After all, that would be simply absurd, not unlike believing in ghosts, perhaps. I must say, I'm rather surprised to see you here right now. No matter, I'm almost flattered you recognized me. It means that mankind has not quite forgotten about me yet. Not completely, at least. What do you want? What do I want? Oh, I see. Abram must have... Is he getting angry? I must have taught you that I would require a favour if you were so impertinent as to summon me. But in your case, young lady, I chose to appear before you. You did not summon me, and thus we can dispense with the quid pro quo. I suppose I simply wanted to, well, chirp with someone, perhaps. Chirp, fine. But what are you doing here? Aha! Now that is quite an interesting question. Would that? I could answer it. You mean you don't know? Not exactly. I do recall that I was summoned, but in a most unusual way. Annie, she called me, and we chatted for a time. But she deceived me and trapped me within these walls. All I know is that some part of me remained in the cosy confines of hell, while the remainder, well, is the manor itself, or something like that. Wait, what? Some part remained in the cosy confines of hell. Never heard hell being called cosy before. While the remainder, as so Malthus is kind of fused with the manor, something like that. Like when I possess an object. Ah, it does indeed seem. It does indeed seem that the same forces are at work here. And why are you preventing me from going any further? I'm doing nothing of the sort, or rather not consciously. You see, my girl, we are both pure spirits here, and it seems that our essences cannot collaborate, shall we say. I promise you, I would simply love for you to proceed. I dare say that you are the only one who can free me. The sigil on the ceiling, it could be a hint, an answer. Ah, such a keen mind. If it is not the answer itself, it must be some part of it. My sigil is not complete in this form. I cannot be seen by man, much to my immense sorrow. The sigil you see only represents half of my being, the part that remains in hell. There is another sigil. In fact, it is the opposite of this one. It represents the part of me that is trapped here, among the living. Should you manage to find and decipher it, I would be free to leave this world. I knew you wanted something after all. Exposed! Yes, and it seems we both need each other. I expect that I can rely on you. You have Blackwood blood running through your veins, after all. If you'll pardon the expression. Or if you'll pardon the expression. Wait, you... He's disappeared. Not quite. Do keep up the good work, Abigail. Simply forget that I'm watching your every move. Oh, okay. So this is kind of a weird room with sort of maps on the walls. So yeah, a meeting with, well, the first actual person, first actual being in this house. Quite a grim lot of pictures, looking very serious. So I think what I'm going to do is leave things there for now and continue exploring this mystery, this manor, in the next part. So, I hope you've enjoyed. Take care and see you very soon. Bye bye.